John Ulzheimer is known as one of our nation's most recognized credit experts. Having worked for 28 years in the credit industry, John has become one of the most prolific speakers about credit and the go-to authority on answers to credit-related questions. Credit Countdown with John Ulzheimer.
Hello, this is John Ulzheimer. I am a consumer credit expert. I have over 30 years of experience in the credit industry. I've spent time at FICO, which is the company behind the FICO credit scoring system, and Equifax, which is one of the 3 recognized credit bureaus in the United States. And so today I'm going to answer a really common question about the differences in credit scores from different sources. So, you're going to see websites like Experian gives away a free FICO score, Discover, Amex, Chase, most large banks, USAA, LendingTree, most large banks and lending organizations are giving away free credit scores of some variety, either FICO scores or Vantage Score credit scores. And look, not to get off on a tangent, I love it. You can't give me enough free stuff as it pertains to credit. If we didn't have this conversation 10 or 15 years ago, everything that I'm talking about today, there would have been a cost involved with it. And now the momentum is going towards free. So I love the fact that you can get free credit reports and free credit scores from a variety of sources. No one ever complains about something that they're getting for free. But it is going to be true that the scores you're going to get from different websites may not necessarily be the same. And I'm going to explain why. And so I'm not promoting any of these places. I'm just letting you know that there are different websites and companies that are willing to give you free credit report summaries and free credit scores. Obviously, Credit Karma, they advertise all the time. Credit Sesame, Experian, Amex, Discover. A lot of companies give away free credit scores, and some of them, like Discover, you can get a free credit score even if you don't have a relationship with them, even if you're not even a Discover customer, which is pretty cool. But here, there are 2 reasons why the scores are not going to be the same. Number one is they may not necessarily be coming from the same credit reporting agency. So obviously Experian, when you're claiming or getting a free score from Experian, it's going to be based on Experian data, which means that scores based off Equifax data or TransUnion data are likely going to be different. So you're going to want to keep that in mind. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is just an explanation of why it's different. Credit Karma, these are what are referred to kind of informally as freemium websites instead of premium because there's no cost involved with websites like Credit Karma and Credit Sesame. They have partnerships with the credit bureaus to give away free Vantage Score credit scores to consumers. Again, perfectly fine, but they're likely going to be different than FICO scores because it's an entirely different model. It's like Pepsi and Coke. They're in the same business, they do the same things, but they're not the same. Next, and this is important also, the companies like Credit Karma are giving away data based on Equifax and TransUnion credit reports, which means it's missing Experian. And so scores based off of Experian data are going to be different than scores based off of Equifax and TransUnion data. So again, yet another explanation of why these scores are going to be different depending on what website you're pulling them from, like Credit Karma. So here's the kind of the knee-jerk reaction that I get from consumers is that because of this, if there's something wrong somewhere, well, why is it so confusing? And why does it have to be this way? And why can't it be simpler? Look, the market of credit scores is like the market of cereal, beer, soft drinks, shoes. They're different, right? There's a lot of companies that compete in the market, right? So there isn't just one company that builds credit scores. There isn't just one credit bureau. There isn't just one website that gives away free stuff. There are tons of them, and they don't necessarily all have the same business model. They don't necessarily all have the same relationships with the same credit bureau to provide the same score. The relationships are going to be different. If they all did the same exact thing, then how boring is that? And that would be really a disservice to consumers because lenders don't all use the same credit bureau and they don't all use the same credit score. Some lenders use Equifax, some lenders use FICO, some lenders use Experian, some lenders use Vantage Score. And if we just gave away one credit report and one score, we're basically missing the entire landscape of how credit the industry uses credit reports and how the industry uses credit scores, because there's certainly not just one credit bureau and there's certainly not just one particular credit score type or brand. So that's the explanation as to why the scores you're going to get from the Credit Karmas and these other websites can be different than the scores that, for example, maybe some lender in the future is going to see when you apply for some form of credit. And it may be the same, but if it is the same, then I can tell you that that's going to be random luck, that there's no guarantee that it is going to be the same. So if you have any other questions about this, drop them in the comment section below. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a great rest of your day. We'll talk again soon.
For more videos and credit tips from John Ulzheimer, go to www.tradelinesupply.com.